Hello everyone, it is Darkseeker here again. Welcome back for another video and happy Saturday to all of you. And of course, Merry Christmas for those of you that celebrate Christmas. I hope that you've had a wonderful day today. It is of course Christmas Day, and I hope that you've managed to relax, and I hope that you've managed to chill out. And whatever it is that you've set out to do today, whether it is eating and sleeping, watching TV, or spending time with friends and family, I hope you've managed to accomplish it, whatever it is that you have done on this day of relaxation. But of course, if you are somebody that has not had a chance to relax today, maybe you are somebody that has had to go into work today, maybe you've had no choice, your job that you do does not stop for Christmas. If you are one of those people, then I respect you greatly, and I do hope that as the new year draws close, I hope you do get some time to chill out and to relax. But speaking of chilling out, we are playing a very interesting deck today. A deck that has Frost Lich Jaina in it, one of my favourite cards in all of Hearthstone. I do remember a time period in Hearthstone when Jaina saw a lot more play. Those were the good old days. Of course, now she sees hardly any play at all, so any excuse to play her in a deck, I'm very, very happy. So this deck is Kingforever's Big Spell Mage. This is very much an off-meta deck, ladies and gentlemen. 8,700 dust, so before you think of crafting it, just remember it's off-meta, but it's a ridiculous amount of fun. And because I've hit Legend, and I'm at quite a low Legend rank, I really don't care about my rank. I'm just out there to have fun. And with this deck, you've got these big expensive spells, Puzzle Box of Yogg-Saron, the Rune of the Archmage. The idea is to survive up to a point where these spells can be played. So you've got spells like Dragon's Fury to obliterate aggressive boards, spells like Blizzard to stall. You've got a couple of taunts in the deck, you know, Tar Creeper. Arcane Artificer can help you gain some armor to help you survive. Then you get to the late game where you can play these big spells. And of course, you have the Grey Sage Parrot in this deck to repeat those spells. And that's where the fun really begins. Frost Lich Jaina with the elementals can help you heal. Dragoncaller Alanna can put out a series of big dragons onto the board, which is awesome. And then there's Kalecgos for even more fun. So let's have a look at this deck in action here. And we're joining this game in progress against the Paladin. So, Frost Lich Jaina. I told you earlier about how this is one of my favourite cards in Hearthstone. The value is insane with the water elementals, the healing is also insane, and she's just got these amazing voice lines, these voice emotes, right?
This curse has become our greatest strength.
So our opponent, if you look at their deck list on the left hand side, very much an aggressive deck. They play Call to Arms, so they're looking for board presence. But we have very much managed to outlast them here. They're out of threats in their hand. Very soon, they'll be out of threats on board. And yet, if you look at our hand, the value that we have is still pretty much insane. Rune of the Archmage is still waiting to be played here. 2 puzzle boxes in hand as well. Now of course, you play these big spells, the RNG can benefit you, the RNG can hurt you, but that's part of the fun with this deck. The unexpected.
Unravel.
Okay, here we go. Rune of the Archmage. Ooh, Mass Polymorph. It's actually beneficial to me. Killed a sheep. That's good. Alright. We get a spell. Okay, discounted. Get a dragon. Nice. Oh, okay, and that's it. Hey, that's pretty good. That is pretty good. So yes, these big spells that you cast can go your way, or they can absolutely screw you. And when they go your way, and good things happen, it still doesn't feel terribly overpowered or broken, because you've had to work really hard to get to this point, right? Particularly against aggressive opponents, you've had to survive to get to that point. So it does feel like you've worked for it. And then you can just get to a point like this, where you're just playing these big spells for fun. You don't need to play them to win. You know, the opponent's out of threats in hand, out of threats on board. You can just keep firing off your hero power, creating water elementals. You can just win the game that way. But it's just so much fun to play these big spells and just see what happens. Who knows? You play a big spell, it goes wrong, and actually puts your opponent back into the game, perhaps. And I love how they're hero powering here. I just love it. They're giving me an opportunity to create a water elemental. But no, we have other plans. We have Caligos here. This is another card that I absolutely love, Caligos. And for good measure, Puzzle Box. Why not? So far, this is a pretty good puzzle box. Oh, okay. Caligos, goodbye. It was nice knowing you. You did your job. Alright. So we've got quite a board here. That really is quite the board. Oh, gonna mill ourselves. And that is absolutely fine. We could mill ourselves continually, and yet, you know, the value in our hand is still pretty significant. The question is, should we put our opponent out of their misery next turn, or are we just going to prolong this game even longer? We're going to prolong things. Let's see what the parrot does for us. Maybe the parrot will clear our board. Give our opponent a chance to come back into the game. Interesting. Oh, more milling. Sure. Oh no! Dragoncaller Alanna. Although it looks like that we're going to end up with a bigger board than we started. Oh no. Okay. Plague of Flames. Goodbye, board. Oh dear.
I'm ready.
Do I really want to end this now? I think we will. Let's put our opponent out of their misery. Oh, that was a lot of fun. We've ended the game with 23 armor with Frost Lich Jaina. Beautiful. Okay, our next game is against an odd warrior that roped me every single turn. And as you can see, they are a bot. They keep mousing over their hero power button continually. So that to me suggests that this is the behavior of a bot. The constant roping. Trying to constantly cast their hero power. Okay, Dragoncaller Alanna. So, this bot has hero powered, as they're still trying to do, because look, they still keep trying to press the hero power button, which is hilarious. It's as if they think they can cast the hero power more than once every turn, but now they brawl. Okay, the bot knows how to brawl. And not only that, the bot knows how to win a brawl too, which is absolutely ridiculous. And look, they're still trying to press the hero power. Wow. Unbelievable. So yes, they would continue roping. However, their opponent was running out of resources in hand. They don't have much on board, so maybe this puzzle box can do something for us here. Alright, it clears the board. Discover. Ooh, Onyxia. Very nice. Damage to my own face. Not so nice. Poisonous spiders. Not bad. Ooh, we feel like a big priest now. Resurrecting our minions. Not bad either. Divine shield. Pretty good. Okay. Let's see if the bot can deal with this board. Baku. Thank you very much for the poisonous minion. Huh. And then Baku just downgraded to a Yogg with lesser stats. Did you notice something there? Our opponent ended their turn. They did not rope. At this point in the game, we'd been going 30 plus minutes, right? Because they'd been roping every single turn up to this point. And that last turn, they didn't rope. They just ended the turn. Which makes me now wonder, has the human player come back to the game, perhaps? So what are they going to do this turn? Shield block. Gain some more armor. Tank up. No, gain even more armor. And then tank up. Okay. And now will they rope? They still keep trying to press the hero power button, but they didn't rope. I find that really interesting. Why rope for the first 30 minutes of the game on every turn and then stop roping in these last couple of turns? I was thinking the human player is back, but the human player wouldn't keep mousing over the hero power button, right? Or maybe I've just got this all wrong. Is the bot intelligent enough to sense that it can't win this game now? So if it can't win the game, it just doesn't bother roping? But no, that doesn't make any sense either. I have no idea what I'm talking about. Oh well. I'm so happy that I persevered with this game. It would have been easy just to have conceded in the first couple of minutes when you realised it was a bot. But persevering for 30 plus minutes does make the victory here feel that much better. And with Ignite appearing, part of me wonders now if I want to prolong this game for a little longer. I have a Kalagos. Do I just want to play Kalagos and see what I get? Fatigue is going to kill our opponent eventually. The interesting thing here is that I'm at 60 armor and our opponent, who is the armor based class, well, is about to die very shortly to fatigue. But anyway, we can stop fatigue from affecting us with Ignite. And by the way, Ignite not played naturally in our deck. We did find it. We did discover it. And look, here they don't even tank up. That's really interesting. They just end the turn immediately. Which supports my theory of, wait, the bot is intelligent and just decided to concede on its own? No, that must be the human player. Interesting. Alright. Another game, but this time we're going up against a big rogue. So big rogue versus big spell mage. And if you look at our opponent's deck list on the left hand side, you can see Ragnaros, Sneasel, Shredder. These are cards that bring back great memories. Monsters behind you! What have they got? Ooh, another one. Alright, 3 illusionists. It's pretty scary. Does make you wonder what else is in that hand. Ah. Well.
Do not fear power. Fear those who wield.
Do not fear power, fear those who wield it. That was my best opportunity, I think, to play Lich Jaina and just get her developed. Because I have a feeling that things are about to get crazy. So our opponent has got Kel'Thuzad. That really is scary. But what's even more scary is the Forge Fiends on the board. Our opponent is going to gain an absolute ton of armor. And that's worrying for me because I have to ask the question, can I get through all of that armor during the course of this game? So this board has to go. Kel'Thuzads have to go, for sure. Wow. 89 armor, which is now going to become 105. Oh dear. Talk about survivability. And there he is. Obey the call of Kel'Thuzad. I do love that card, by the way. Mainly for the voice and boats. And the artwork. I love the artwork. Right. Okay, so we can kill KT here. I think that's critical. We'll freeze the 8/8 until we know how to deal with it. Oh, there's another one. So looking at the deck list on the left-hand side, our opponent has worked their way through a number of 8-cost minions up to this point. The question to ask is what's left? Kind of not thinking about what I'm doing here. I'm putting my faith in the puzzle box. Okay. Means we can trade the 3/4 in and kill that. Maybe we won't need to. Maybe this puzzle box will clear their board for us. Oh dear. Okay. We killed the 3 health minion, right? And our game has frozen. So, is that the puzzle box crashing our client? I was aware that there were things that were crashing the Hearthstone client, things that were causing weird animation style effects to happen on the board. Weird graphical glitches, I mean. And yet I wasn't aware that puzzle box could crash the client. Interesting. Very interesting. I must say, the quality of the client really has suffered in the last couple of months. Whether it's with glitches on the ladder, or, you know, problems with battlegrounds. I think Blizzard do really need to take a closer look at their client and try and fix these problems. Anyway, it does look like we're still going to win this game. Our opponent does seem to be out of threats. So Deck of Lunacy. Why not? Why not? I mean, there aren't many spells that are going to be impacted by it. There's a Mask of Cthulhu in the deck. So it'll be interesting to see what happens with that Mask of Cthulhu and Deck of Lunacy. Let's see what that gets turned into. 137 armor, still pretty significant. So does anything come out? No. Okay, so yeah, they're out of threats. Amazing. And look, we still had so many resources left in hand. Heading into our next game against a Mage, Celestial Ink set. I want to keep that just because I want to get some value from it. I've yet to really experience any significant value from that weapon yet.
We have turned our curse into
And you'll notice that I also kept a 9-cost spell, which usually would be pretty ridiculous, right? Why would you ever keep a 9-cost spell in hand?
Wishing you a very merry
Well, Rune of the Archmage is now one of my favourite spells in Hearthstone. So I just absolutely feel the need to keep it. Because I have a feeling we're going to survive until turn 9 in this game. We're going to be able to play it. We're going to get our value from it. 20 mana worth of mage spells cast at enemies. And then we'll get a parrot and we'll do it all over again. Okay, so our opponent is an Inspire Mage. Wow, Garrison Commander. So assume that as this game goes on, our opponent will start to buff up their hero power, make it do more damage. So the Observer on the board is going to trigger next turn. It'll be interesting to see if this stops our opponent from committing to the board. They are impressed though. They are impressed. They've seen the Deep Water Evoker. They've seen us gain 10 armor. And now they've got a good idea of what our deck is all about. Right. So, thanks to the Observer, we can clear the Garrison Commander, which I think is pretty important. And Shivering Sorceress discounts the puzzle box. And now finally we're going to get some value on this weapon.
I will crush your delusions of grandeur.
Ooh, Astromancer. It's been a while since I've seen that card see play. Okay. So I think this turn is relatively straightforward. I think we look to get the value while we can from this Evoker.
No waves can sink this ship.
Alright, only 7 armor there. Could have been 10. But we only got 7. I shouldn't complain too much. We're still way ahead of our opponent in terms of overall health. Spirit of the Dragonhawk. Interesting. Okay, the opponent really is committing here to the board because, yep, those are the Sugar Elementals. Both of them. Okay. So Dragon's Fury. May as well just clear this entire board. It's pretty clean. It means that we get rid of the Dragonhawk. And we get a 4-cost puzzle box. Not bad at all. Oh, Power of Creation. Oh, that's disgusting. That is absolutely disgusting. Double Rocketeer to the face. Now I'm going to gain some armor while I can. I have no doubt that our Artificer is going to die this turn. But I've gained some armor from it. It's done its job. If I wasn't going to play it on that turn, when else would I realistically play it? And in order to clear it, our opponent had to commit an apprentice to the board, a reckless apprentice, just to clear the one Artificer. So that's absolutely fine. This isn't too bad, although I could have done without the freeze effect on my own minion. What is interesting about Rune of the Archmage is that it's 20 mana worth of mage spells at enemies. And yet, on that turn, that spell targeted my own minion. Now I assume that was the case because there was not an enemy minion present on the board to be targeted. So I assume that's why my own minion got targeted, but let's do it all over again. Oh, our opponent's impressed. Goodbye board. Hello taunts. Hello armor. Oh, hello full hand. Alright, there we go. This is quite a nice board that we have here. Our opponent slowly running out of resources, but Puzzle Box, oh dear. Now Puzzle Box of course is different to Rune of the Archmage. Puzzle Box has 10 random spells, targets chosen randomly. So there isn't a focus on targeting enemy minions as such, and no focus on casting spells beneficially on your own minions or your own hero. It's very much more random and oh my, that is quite the board there. That is quite the board. Now at least they don't get the battle cry on the Reckless Apprentice, but still pretty scary. And our opponent is so shocked that they've lost the ability to end their turn. They are clearly paralysed with shock and awe at that last turn. Or maybe they've rage quit, I don't know. Unlikely. They've now just generated a whole load of resources in hand. This is looking very different to the last couple of turns. So Inkset, guess we may as well play it, get some value while we can. And we've got another puzzle box, may as well go for it. Oh, but that puzzle box cost 4. Okay. To get the full value on the Inkset, you've got to spend the 5 mana. Oh wow. Interesting. Oh, we milled the parrot. We didn't want to mill that. That was not good at all. Okay. Do I want to be drawing a card next turn? I don't think so. So I'm not going to play the sigil. I'm going to trade instead, see what I get. That's playable. I think that's fine. Alright. So, the Inkset there, we need one more mana spent on spell to get the next discount. Should I have played Sigil of... Should I have played that last turn?
I have become one with the boy.
Solarian Prime. Okay.
My hand is
Oh, it's just milled them for 2 cards. Unlucky.
I have become one with the boy.
Oh, 2 Solarian Primes. Unlucky for me. Alright, they're just going to go wide on the board here. Wait a minute. Our observer is going to trigger and clear 3 minions off their board. Hilarious. Okay. Mask of Cthulhu. See what happens. Oh, of course, gets the discount on the 1 mana spell. Ridiculous. Yeah, so I should have played that first, right? Oh dear, bad ordering on my part. Whatever. Let's see what they've got here.
Watch closely as I make everyone.
Okay, that's fine. They've cleared 3 minions. Could have been worse, right? They could have cleared a board of dragons from Alanna. Or they could have cleared some elementals that we could get from Eye of the Storm. So I think we go with this. Okay. So, 15 attack on board. Our opponent needs to clear these. Let's see what they commit. Oh dear, more Dresh! That's a big deal!
Everyone's a winner.
That's a big deal indeed. We need to kill that. Draw 3 cards. No, I don't feel like, with 5 cards left in my deck, I don't feel like I want to be drawing 3. So happy to trade. And we need to kill the 8/8 for sure, right? Part of me feels like this game is slipping away from me. I feel like they are playing a bit more of a consistent deck. Although that Garrison Commander doesn't do anything now, which is good. But yes, looking at their deck list versus mine. Mine is certainly more RNG centric, I think, given the number of big spells that I've been playing. Okay. Sure. Glide. Oh. That lessens the number of resources that I've got available to me. Although there is a Frost Lich Jaina again. Okay, and we draw a card. Oh, we're still going here. Interesting. If we could just clear another minion from the board, that'd be pretty good. Okay, that's good. 5 attack, gone from the board. Oh. Still clearing. Oh wow, we actually managed to clear this board. Unbelievable. Okay, not bad. Not bad at all. Huh, and they counter with their puzzle box. Okay, so they are playing 2 copies of puzzle box in their deck. I guess their deck then still has a fair bit of RNG attached to it as well. Are they really benefiting though from this RNG at this point? Doesn't seem like it. I mean, they're drawing resources. Okay, that hurts. Alright, that really hurts. Okay, our health total now down to 12. I'm getting a little bit worried. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to play 2 elementals. So I'm going to set up for Jaina next turn, and I'm going to start healing.
My spellbook's running like.
Okay, that's really good. They mill that. That's fantastic. Should I play Jaina on the last turn? Just to get the armor? And 1 water elemental on the board. Was there anything that could have killed me on that last turn? Some kind of spell that could have done me in? But here we go.
Do not fear power. Fear those who wield it.
Do not fear power, fear those who wield it. Frost Lich Jaina to the rescue. Right. Still going for this wide board. And there's been a few instances up till now where they've gone for wide boards and we have just managed to clear them.
No waves can sink this ship.
See if Mask of Cthulhu can do something for us on this turn, maybe. Or the upcoming turn. Wow. Freezing the board there, so good for them. So we are relying on this mask to do some work for us. Maybe just all go face, who knows? Okay, it didn't. And we can't get a water elemental here, that's unfortunate. Ha! But we do get a taunt. And this game should be over next turn if we survive. And if they can't heal. And that is it. Game over. Wow. And to think we didn't really need the healing from those elementals. And by the way, it was so tempting to play Kalagos. It was really tempting. Alright, heading into our next game is a priest. This should be interesting. This should be very interesting. Because this is rank 3 to 4,000. Who knows what kind of priest this is going to be. Part of me is expecting Big Priest. And I would be curious to see how we do fare against Big Priest. Because our spells can do some pretty wacky things, right?
Mummy needs 5 more.
Oh, Grand Mummy, what? What the hell is that? Huh.
Mummy needs 5 more.
What kind of priest deck plays that? I mean, clearly it's an off-meta deck. Raise Dead?
Mummy needs
To get 1 mummy back to hand? Wow, they are all in on the Grand Mummy plan. Bless them. As tempted as I was to play the Elemental, I do feel the need to kill that. The fact that they're just playing it scares the hell out of me. It makes me wonder what is coming in this deck. So we'll keep the board clear to the best of our ability. Oh goodness. Nerubar Weblord. So this is a tax deck. A priest tax deck of some kind. Now we have the Dragon's Fury, and that will hopefully clear any kind of wide board that gets created. We also have our 8 cost Runes of the Archmage. Ha. Well then. This tells me that we're going up against Inner Fire Priest. So we need to kill that. We need to kill that. Oh dear lord. That's ridiculous. We low rolled the one spell that would low roll us. The other Dragon's Fury. And yet we had 2 Blizzards, Masks of Cthulhu, 2 of those, Iceblood Tower, double puzzle box. Unbelievable. So that kind of RNG could just cost you the game. Because now there is a 10 health Nerubar Weblord. Now if they were to just double the health of that,
I see a dark future.
if they were to increase its attack to match health, we would be dead.
Is anyone else lost?
But they've just played the High Priest. They're just going for the wide board. Alright. Well, all I can do is Mask of Cthulhu. It's not going to do anything though. We're 1 mana off playing the Rune of the Archmage. Alright. I'm going to wait. I honestly don't think that the Mask of Cthulhu would have done anything significant there. If anything, it would have killed a mummy. It would have killed a Radiant Elemental. But it doesn't solve the problems on the board. The problems on the board are whacking me in the face right now. The big attack minions. Dragon's Fury number 2. Well, this one needs to roll a 10. And it does! Fantastic. Okay. Now we're back in the game. And now I'm glad that I saved the Mask of Cthulhu, because that could be my way of getting lethal a little bit later in the game. Or could be good for 1 or 2 single targets that are on the board. But let's go for the Rune of the Archmage. Oh, Flame Strike on an empty board. Incanter's Flow. Okay. Blizzard on an empty board? Oh, come on. I was hoping the rune would be a little bit more intelligent. Maybe sensing that there's nothing on the board. So we don't need to cast those AoE spells. You know, a couple of fireballs to the opponent's face would have been good. Raised Dead is scary. Here we go again with the High Priest. And we're at 5 health. This is quite scary. So now, what do? Do I go with a taunt? Do I go with a mask, which really won't do anything? But it could soften up the board, and we could repeat it again the next turn with a parrot. I think this is better. I think having the taunt in the way is more helpful. Oh, it cast the puzzle box! Goodness gracious! Humility. Oh, my own minion. Hilarious. Okay, that's good. That's bad. That's kind of good. And that's terrible. Oh, dear Lord. Okay, that's really good. 2 taunts. Please buff the taunt. Thank you very much. Okay, that kind of worked out for me. Half and half there. 50-50. Our opponent has benefited massively from that puzzle box. And I'm still pretty scared of their board. I have this 149 that's kind of barring the way. Right. Still another turn to go for the Observer. It's unfortunate. I just feel really uncomfortable at this 5 health, so I think we need some armor here. What am I afraid of? I'm afraid of them silencing my board somehow. Getting through the taunt, going face and killing me, so I think the armor gain was important. And I want to lower the health on that Weblord. Oh, okay. That was good. Good that we did that. Right, I feel a lot better about this game now as we progress. If all our opponent is going to do is heal the minion, that's pretty good for me. Because now we have absolute control of this board. And why not? Let's do it! See what we get. Okay, 2 secrets. 3rd secret. Another secret. Does nothing. Freeze the face. Ooh, Ice Lance the face. That does something. This Rune of the Archmage seems heavily focused on secrets for some reason. But oh well, this is not bad. Oh, Lyra just got turned into a sheep. Get wrecked, sir. Get absolutely wrecked. And the sheep exploded. Ha! Brilliant. Wow. Well, that was quite the trip, to say the least. So, ladies and gentlemen, Kingforever's Big Spell Mage. What a fun deck. What a ridiculously fun deck. Notice something, though. Throughout this video, I really haven't faced much in the way of meta decks. I guess that's the benefit of being so lowly ranked on the Legend ladder. I was just facing off-meta opponents. And as a result, I have a positive win rate with this deck, which is very unexpected. 5 wins and 3 losses, believe it or not. And if you go up against other off-meta decks, you stand a pretty good chance of winning, in my opinion, if you can survive into the mid to late game. Use Dragon's Fury to clear wide boards, and then start playing those big, massive spells. And if you still need board presence to win, there is Dragoncaller Alanna, and of course, you've got Lich Jaina for the elemental value and the healing value. So you do have a late game win condition if you need it. All in all though, if all you are facing is meta decks, especially tier 1 meta decks, then you may want to think twice before playing this deck. I'm trying to think about Odd Hunter. I think you would just get decimated by Odd Hunter. Obviously you can gain armor with this deck, and you've seen in this video that I was gaining it at one point. Was I at 60 armor, I think, at one point, which is pretty nuts. But I know an Odd Hunter can eat its way through the armor quite quickly. And of course, it took us a very, very long time to get to that 60 armor. An Odd Hunter is going to complete their quest line very quickly and just kill you ever so quickly too. So, Odd Hunter, I think you just get wrecked. Pirate Warrior? Oh, do you stand a chance against Pirate Warrior with this deck? Because you use Dragon's Fury to clear, let's say, 2 boards of pirates. You have Tar Creepers as taunts in the early to mid game. And Arcane Artificer then can help you maybe on turn 7 if comboed with Blizzard to gain some armor. And then you're heading into that turn 7 Mask of Cthulhu to kill a couple more pirates. Then maybe Jaina comes down, you start healing your way out of a bad situation. And then Rune of the Archmage for strange shenanigans to see what happens. Of course, the problem with Pirate Warrior is that they are an aggro deck that just has infinite resources, which I think is still grossly unfair. The Juggernaut kind of means that the warrior will always be able to refill the board, always be able to re-equip a weapon, always be able to do some more damage. So you're going to struggle to get on top of the warrior and make your comebacks. But who knows, maybe if your puzzle boxes and your runes of the Archmage are good enough, maybe they could give you some outs to win. I don't know if Lich Jaina is going to be enough against this steady stream of damage, weapons, pirates, which is why I do believe that with the pirate questline, I feel it should be limited. I feel it should be time limited. To, let's say, 10 turns of it. So if you do survive those 10 turns, you then stand a chance of coming back and winning the game if you're a control deck. It'll be interesting to see if Blizzard decide to tackle the Hunter and Warrior quest lines going forward, particularly if the meta doesn't change up, right? But we'll see what happens in the new year. But thank you very much for joining me, everyone. I hope you enjoyed this video, and I hope that you enjoyed the music playing in the background. It is Jaina's Dalaran theme from World of Warcraft Legion. Lovely, haunting, beautiful theme. Massive credit to Blizzard for the music that they create throughout their different franchises. They do such a spectacular job, they really do. So, all that there is left to say is Merry Christmas, everyone. Enjoy the remainder of Christmas Day, and I will see you all again very soon for more Wild Mode fun. But until next time, please stay safe, please look after yourselves, and as always, please be good to one another.